Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to the road trip for Man United versus Leicester today at the King Power Stadium. Or should I say Leicester City versus Manchester United? Let's get things right from the off. We are away today, and let's get straight into this, man. We got no goalkeeper at the time of recording. It has been reported that Andre Onana is ill and he is not playing. He faces a late fitness test. As it stands at the time of recording, he's not playing, and that means Dermot Mee will potentially have to get his Premier League debut, his first team debut for Manchester United, a 22-year-old goalkeeper. He's been training regularly with the first team, but has obviously never made an appearance. Altay Bayındır is injured. I'm assuming Tom Heaton is injured. I think has Tom Heaton been injured the whole year, Tomo? Like, where's he been? Where's he been? So this is interesting. I mean, listen, there's been a lot of criticism on Andre Onana for pretty much all this season. Well, actually, not all this season. There was a period of this season where we thought that he had settled down and he'd put his demons behind him. And then the catalogue of errors sort of followed that. And then it went back to the conversation of, okay, overall we need a better goalkeeper, etc., etc. Last few games, he's been all right, to be fair. Arsenal, he was okay. Again, apart from taking too long on the goal kicks, etc., etc. But no big glaring mistakes. And he made a couple of saves in that Arsenal game as well. But he is apparently out of this game or faces a late fitness test and is ill. So maybe Dermot Mee might have to deputise in goal. That's something. I mean, I was just reading up on him. You know, he's represented Northern Ireland at youth level. I saw that he went on work experience at AFC Wimbledon. Had a couple of loan spells in the National League, but so nothing. It's not, he's obviously not experienced. He hasn't had his breakthrough into men's football. He was competing for game time, I think, in the 21-22 season or 22-23 season, or probably both, in the under-21s and under-23s, I believe. So, or is it under-18s and under-21s? But all at youth level is what my point is. All at youth level. So if he does have to play today, it would be very, very difficult for him. But one thing that, you know, he's also been waiting for this his whole life. He might get a chance to be Manchester United #1 for a Premier League game, which would be absolutely huge for him and his family. In terms of the game, does it give Leicester an advantage? Well, if we play the way that we're supposed to play, Dermot Mee shouldn't have to do much. Let's be real. We should be protecting him. We should be saying, listen, you're not going to get shot after shot on your goal. You know, make sure your kicking's decent. Make sure your goal kicks are fine. And hopefully we should be dominating the ball. So you shouldn't have to do much, he says. But, you know, the fact that a young goalkeeper might have to start this game, that's the standards of Man United. We play youth. We rely on youth. We're not scared to bring them in. It's not like he hasn't been training with the first team. I think he's travelled with the first team in a few match days away as well. And like I said, he was on the bench against Arsenal. So he's not going to be a stranger. He's been in and around the first team. But playing and training is very, very different. But I think if we play this game in the right way, in terms of the other 10 players, Dermot Mee shouldn't really be having to do much. Andre Onana should have been having a day where he doesn't really need to do much. Leicester are a terrible side. Terrible, terrible side. Lost the last 5 in a row. And, you know, they're in awful, awful form. But they gave us problems at Old Trafford. But like I said yesterday in the preview, I would like to think we're starting to do something a little bit positive now. We're starting to maybe, and I say maybe because we got, you know, very difficult teams coming up in the next 3 Premier League games, but maybe start to improve our performance level and show a level of consistency. Doesn't mean we're going to win all the games. That's probably almost certainly not going to happen. But in terms of a level of consistent performance and putting in a good showing of ourselves, good display of ourselves, I'd like to think we're turning the corner. And honestly, let's be real. The league means nothing. The league is probably to try out some kids, to try different things, to get consistent. Of course, I'm not saying chop and change the team every single game, but you know, it's going into international break. But when we get back from that, we do have to look towards that Lyon game and make sure that everybody's fighting fit for that. So, you know, playing a young kid actually, I'm not going to say it's a blessing in disguise because, listen, he might go on to have a horror show. Who knows? But the league is so done that it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? If he is going to come in against second bottom of the league, I know it's away from home, but come in against second bottom of the league in a game for us that hasn't got top 4 riding on it. It hasn't got the league riding on it, and it certainly doesn't have relegation riding on it. So play the kid in a nothing game. If he has to come in a game like this. I think Rasmus Højlund, do you know what? I said I think he's going to break his duck. Today's the day where Rasmus is going to score. I can feel it. I liked, when you, after the aftermath of a game, when it all boils down, and obviously Bruno took the headlines, and I'm in that leave Bruno alone bag. That's been done now. That's fine. Xerxes got the plaudits, Dorgu got plaudits, etc., etc. And Rasmus Højlund, he did get plaudits, but I was just thinking about it like the day after the game and a little bit towards now. Like he worked really hard in that game, and he made the right runs. He was involved. His layoff play was good. His hold up play, should I say, was good. His movement was good. His physicality was good. And it is important that, Ruben Amorim does stress the physicality in Europe versus in the Premier League is a different kettle of fish, which allows us to play better in Europe, which is a different test against Lyon, by the way, because they do play in a physical league, in Liga. But I want to see that type of performance from Højlund today. That type of, if it's not going to go right for you in front of goal, which I think it will today, are you contributing to the game? So, yeah, I want to see him starting again. Xerxes growing in confidence. I love what he's doing at the moment. I think you bring in Ugarte. Surely, he's going to need some game time. Casemiro's been doing well, but I think it's time for Ugarte now, surely. And the back three, that's going to be the one. Like Aiden Heaven. Can you give Aiden Heaven another start? Don't want to put too much pressure on the kid, but he played really well against Sociedad, played well against Arsenal in the second 45. And it's going into the international break where he's going to get a rest. I don't think he's in. I didn't see if he's in the England under 18s or anything like that. I didn't check. So I'm not sure. But anyway, in terms of club for a couple of weeks, he can get some time off, so he's not in the limelight having to play every 3 or 4 days for Man United, and all of a sudden the pressure's too much. It's perfect. It'll be a great lead into the international break for him. And options are limited because you got Dorgu out, you got Mazraoui and Dalot have to go back to wing backs anyway. So it only leaves 3 fit centre halves. I don't think Harry Maguire's back. Yoro's out. So that only leaves Heaven, De Ligt and Lindelof. So for me, Aiden Heaven left centre back all day, has to play 90 minutes as well. You'd think. And then you go from there. Maybe Casemiro is best to be on the bench, actually, like I said in the preview, because really and truly, if any of them 3 centre halves can't complete 90 minutes, mainly Lindelof, who's been out for a while, you might need Casemiro to go back in there. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows how the game's going to go? So hopefully the centre-halves can get through it and we don't get any injuries. We got a quadruple match for you today. Myself, KG, Owen, and the one like they call Mr. Fascia himself, Mr. Marcel, will be joining us on the match view. So make sure you guys join in, get involved, and I'll see you guys there. I'm still saying we're going to win this game. Leicester, poor side. And I think we're in a confident way. I think we're in a confident mood. Might not be like a clean sheet, but I think we'll win the game. I'm being optimistic. I'm being positive in this back end of the season until I'm not again. Forget what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Right, I'm out of here, guys. See you guys on the match view. Peace.